Previously on Fort Fritz.
Dearest Angela, please respond to my voice.
No, you don't want to ask that.
Yeah, that's true. It's
not here. In Jersey? You kidding me?
Yeah, this seems like it smells like Jersey, but it looks like Ocoee.
Halt and state your intentions.
Was that English? He spoke English. I heard English, so maybe it's not hell?
Please smell of Oracle. Contact C-Lab 2218 and initiate transfer.
What's it sound?
I'm disappearing. I'm disappearing.
Oh, God, it's happening again. It's happening again.
Fuck.
God damn it, not again!
Tastes weird. Every time I wake up like this, it tastes weird.
It's like metallic.
Yeah, it's weird.
What went in my mouth?
That was crazy.
You never want to wake up wondering that question. You know,
Why
you
do
want
I
to wake
have
up
this
knowing
taste?
exactly what's been in your mouth.
Hey guys,
You wanna
welcome
wake up
to
wondering.
episode 57 of Fort Fritz. I'm your host Fritz, joined as always by co-host Mandaddy,
Hi.
Kaz,
Yeah.
and Angela.
Hi.
I don't know where the hell you've been, but you know what? You're a sight for sore eyes.
Right?
I'm
been a
happy
while.
to have you back.
It felt like forever.
Wow.
What's going on?
I can see you feel the exact same way. I can see your heart is overflowing with emotion
Absolutely.
for seeing us.
Yep.
My body feels hot and heavy. I don't.
Wrecked.
We've been shunted through time and space several times now. I feel this is probably the effects that we
Yeah,
definitely have cancer or something. At least AIDS, right?
Something. We have we've been through like a molecular taffy pull that's just stretched us across the cosmos and just kind of leaves you all kind of achy.
And you know what? Thankfully, we're not disappeared. We are undisappeared.
We are undisappeared.
We are appeared.
I guess there's.
We
there's
are
something.
appeared.
We are. Would you turn into a robot right there?
We are
We
appeared.
are appeared.
I can do anything.
Robots. It's funny.
Why would that be funny, Angela?
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
What do you do with the paper over there? What do you,
Oh.
okay. There's beep boop and beep boop boom. What does that thing say?
Nothing.
Well,
Just looking through some things over here. And
we are
Alright.
surrounded by
making sure the lab's good.
other Angelas, right? Like, yeah, she's definitely
Yeah.
taking charge of this whole thing.
Everything's totally cool.
Levels.
What's that thing doing?
That's it. You don't. It's fine.
No, but now it's doing that.
It does that.
What kind of measurements are we taking? I realize there's a lot of science-looking
Yeah,
stuff
I'm
going
just
on.
checking to make sure nothing's changed. No.
Well, everything's changed. We've been like on 3 different dimensions recently. A lot has changed.
Not
Why?
for that long.
It seems that long.
How long do you think?
I've been on a hellscape. I've been here.
Okay.
Those two
There.
things,
Yeah.
those two places.
Yeah, and other places I'm sure that I was there too.
We're
That
not.
sounds fun. Well, it's not the destination, it's the journey. So
Well, the journey's been a nightmare. We just get disappeared and chucked into different alternate universes. The journey
It's been-
sucked.
yeah, but you made it. So
No, that's true.
That's
And
And we
cool,
have the
right?
experiences, right? We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Not
I get
dead.
it.
It's
Just not
all
dead.
good. I don't know what this thing does.
That's not good. What is all this technology? It doesn't seem of earthly origin. Is this interdimensional?
Vaguely. It's almost like Bioshockian, right? Like
Yeah, kind of like almost
retro future.
Yeah, like steampunk, but without the goggles on the forehead.
Right.
Maybe we did hit our heads. I don't know.
It's a lot of brass in here. There's a lot of brass. I might have hit my head on some brass. You can see that. But it's very brassy, sort of steampunk.
Stop fucking with the equipment.
Oh,
Jesus.
What the fuck is this thing?
oh no. Hi.
Hi,
Who are you?
I'm Robo Angela. Duh.
Oh my
Can't you
god!
see how completely emotionless I am?
It is very mechanically emotionless, but not as sassy, I would say. As
But so
Shut up,
aggressive.
Fritz.
Whoa.
It's the cadence of the voice that like loses the sassiness, right? Like the things she's saying are sassy. She or it, I don't know, it's a robot.
Shut up,
are you
Yes.
assuming this robot's gender?
I guess you can't.
My name's Angela. You totally can. When was the last time you met Mr. Angela? Dope.
All right,
Mr.
that's
Angela the robot?
Rude. That's rude.
what?
That's unnecessary and it's rude.
Duh. Look at you.
This is a poor
I don't agree.
facsimile, if you will.
I
Of,
don't think so.
of
Very
Angela.
low hanging fruit.
Right, duh.
You
A
don't
lot of
hang-
does.
You don't hang out with
I've never
Angela
heard
enough.
Angela say duh.
Very 90s, Angela.
Well, I'm a fucking robot. What do you expect? If I was an android, it might be a little bit more believable. Put down all those reports. Those aren't for you. What are you doing talking to all of my Angelas?
Oh, you're Angela.
Yes, my Angela. I just said it.
Yep, that's not wrong.
All right, Robo Angela.
What?
How do you turn you off? Come here. Let me,
You can't
where's the
touch me,
switch?
touch me.
No, where?
Oh my god, oh, you're gonna touch me.
Your arms come off. Your arms come off.
What is happening? The little robot is just spinning around in
Oh
circles.
my God.
Wait, look how
Gonna go into the hard bar.
I found it, I found it.
Robot arm bar. Oh, I got it.
it's going over to the left. Look,
Oh, over here.
now it's going backwards to the right.
Dragging it. James Fake Roberts taught me this one.
but look, now it's going back to the
Where is
left.
that? I think I found it.
Now it's going back to the
There you
right.
go. You can't do
All
this
right,
now.
Angelos, we need to break this up. We're gonna ring the left. Angela, stop. Get him. Get her. You get him. Stop.
What? You bastard.
Stop. Just
Let go of
chill.
me, you tiny son of a bitch.
Oh, I got it. I almost got it. It was right under there.
You're so fighty. You're always so fighty. Just chill. It's a robot version of you, kinda, from the 90s.
It was funny, but it was
salt water on it.
It was funny though.
Updos are appropriate anytime.
Shut up. Shut it.
You guys both are coming from the same place, right? Like
Yes.
you're both trying to get us out of here,
You guys
which is
coming
what we all want. I
from
don't
your
want. We
honest
don't want to be
place.
here. You don't want us to be here.
Keep telling yourself that.
Both of you want things to happen. That's fine.
Can we just, can you just squash it for a little bit
Yes,
so we can
all
figure
right.
out what the fuck's going on? We just woke up in a weird lab. There's copies
Thanks
of
to
people.
us.
All right, listen. I'm gonna put you down, Robo Angela. You just have to chill. Just stop. All right.
Cats.
Cats are pretty awesome.
Cats are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
See,
You have a cat.
What is going
I do
on
have
now?
a cat.
Where's your cat?
I knew it would happen.
What? You knew this?
Schmutzy.
Schmutzy. I have Robo Schmutzy.
You knew what would happen? You knew
Come
this
here,
would
Robo
happen?
Schmutzy.
Oh my God, robot
Look at
cat.
that.
Cass, you're telling me you knew a robot Angela would
Would
Maybe I
vibe
don't
with
need
real
to
Angela
disappear
over
all of you
cats?
into space after all.
This one still hates Fritz. This is great.
Get him. Get him.
It's even more vicious than
I
it's a
didn't even
robot.
train her to do that. I didn't even train her to do that. She just did it. Good cat.
So,
Part of me feels like that's okay now. It's my reality. It's all right.
This is me now.
It's all right. It's okay.
So, Robo Angela,
Yes,
I feel like we need to get out of here. This doesn't feel like the right place for us.
probably.
Why is that?
You don't belong in this year.
Okay, what year is it?
2218.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking
no.
Christ.
What am I fucking
You guys aren't even on Tweet Twat anymore.
Oh,
No,
man,
because
it's
What?
Tweet Twat.
I keep telling
never
the
set up a
corporate
tweet-tot.
censors that's unfortunate that it's named Tweet Twat.
It's just the name of it. It's
I
like
have to bleep it out every time.
It's a
Cass,
proper
say
noun.
it. Say it to me.
Tweet Twat.
No, that's bleeped.
We've lightened up in 2218.
Well,
So you best just take a seat, get comfy, and listen to the oracles.
oh, I like that.
The
That's
oracles.
Sounds like it's going to be cool.
yeah, it's like
Bring
Grecian.
out the oracles. Bring them out. Bring out the oracles. God! Yeah, check that shit out.
What the
Yep,
fuck?
that cool.
Why are you naked?
I'm naked.
The rest of us are
Oh,
clothed.
yeah. Why are you?
Jesus Christ, that makes
we
no
did
sense.
that on purpose. That was great. That was so worth it.
Thank you for making me more flattering. Naked.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That took a lot of work.
I owe someone, I guess, a lot.
I'll be honest, I see clones of myself all the time. So this is
No, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
that makes sense.
this shouldn't be that shocking to you, I guess.
I can't even look at your tank though. It's like
It's just disturbing to
Yeah,
see floating
okay.
us's.
I don't really
what
like-
is
Why are they
going
like
on
slightly
here?
older, but they're all like
What?
scarred up and shit? They look
I didn't-
gnarly. I like them.
I didn't
They're
think
like
they could make
future
me
us.
older, but they did.
So in the future, yeah, I'll be more well endowed. That's cool.
That's a
That's
sock.
me.
That's
that's
a
the
sock.
only
That's
thing
what
that
that is.
grows.
That's a
Shut-
that's
you
a gym
shut it.
sock.
Let me.
Totally a sock.
What is going on here? Why are there tanks of us? It's not a sock, by the way.
Are they
Well-
clones? Are they clones of us? Are we clones of them? We're in a different time. Can we
I don't
coexist?
know if clone is the appropriate term.
don't-
Kind of racist, really.
I don't
Oh, are
get-
they moving?
Oh
Are
my
they
God,
moving?
bubbly. Okay, so that's an
They're moving.
Angela.
They're alive.
Yeah.
Hello?
Please don't do that. It scares the people. They hate that.
Robo Angela is smacking Kaz's hand away. Try it again, Kaz. No,
Stop it.
doesn't like that.
Yeah, they hate that.
They can't stand that. It horrifies them. You're basically punching their world.
Well, I mean, they're awake now, it seems, so they could probably tell us how they feel about that.
Oh my
How'd you feel
God.
about this?
Bubbling tank Angela?
Tank Angela? Bubbling tank Angela?
Bubbling, it is bubbling, so bubbling tank Angela.
Are you the original Angela? Or are you the
Ooh,
same?
what? I
It's a
don't know.
Tangela.
I guess
It's a Tangela.
I will drown all of you in this fluid.
Oh my God, I can hear
That's
you.
Angela. It's definitely Angela.
Yep,
That's
that's her
crazy.
for sure.
Yep, that's one of me.
I'll tell you everything you need to know. But I need to tell you something very important.
What? What is it? How am I hearing her, right? She's behind glass and then water.
It's technology you could never understand.
Bubble technology?
Have you guys ever heard of the effects of climate change since 2018?
Whoa.
No, I guess we couldn't.
That sounds like
we
the
couldn't.
scariest story we've ever told here.
Do I
Sounds
have to
terrifying.
talk to you through the glass, or it's...
You just talk and she
Just
hears.
talk, she hears you. Why can't you understand this? Why do you
Bubbles,
question everything?
the
How do you
bubbles-
hang out with this guy?
I just wanted to make sure... I'm sorry.
He's the lovable, savant.
Don't say it.
I'm sorry I asked. How rude.
It was no secret that the effects of global warming that we're seeing today in 2218 were set in motion long before we had any capacity to stop what's happening. In your time, 200 years ago, you were beginning to see increasing intensity of storms, heat waves, droughts, and floods. All statistical data collected since suggests that it was already too late then. You idiots.
Yeah, that seems
That's
right.
us.
Yeah,
That's definitely us.
Math checks out.
The CO2 concentration and diminishing polar ice fields created a chain reaction that hastened the death of an already sick planet. By 2150, ocean drone data collected suggested that nearly 70% of ocean life has gone extinct, along with 100% of all coral reef.
Jesus Christ.
That's not good.
100% of coral reefs?
100.
They were like all pretty and like they had a
Extra.
little, like
And now they're 100% dead.
this I've never heard a coral reef
100% just
described like that.
bones,
Yeah, the future kind of sucks.
bones and butt skin.
Why only butt skin?
That's the toughest part of the skin. That's the only part
Thank
that's going to
you.
be left over. Skeletons and butt skin.
My heels are
Christ.
pretty gross. This represents one of the last ecological reports circulated on the Mental Net before the Red Blue Corporation seized the network. Your old friend Mandaddy will tell you more of that later. For now, you need to know what's going on outside before you can hope to get back to your time.
We're in the future. Did you have to call me old?
It's even more relevant now. You're even older.
It's a little on the nose.
Damn. Yeah, that's rough.
It's just an ol apostrophe, like your old friend, like folksy.
It's almost more pointed now.
The acidifying ocean has risen over 20 feet and completely changed the landscape of the world. Like Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm.
The San Andreas Fault cracked and caused a 17.0 magnitude earthquake, which crumbled most of the mid-Southern California coastal communities. Great alliteration there.
Yeah.
Right?
Delicious.
The Tool was really happy when that happened.
The earthquake caused several 10.0 plus seismic events throughout the Pacific Ocean, culminating in the twin mega tsunamis that washed over what was previously the Korean Peninsula.
Amazing.
Nicknamed Jamé, the sisters, they brought with them tons of nuclear waste and enriched uranium drudged up from the wreckage of the nuclear armament sites that pockmarked the area.
Ooh.
The resulting sludge continued its push into Bohai Bay, southeast of Beijing, causing widespread outbreaks of radiation sickness, mutations, and a fast-moving corruption of organic material known as the creep.
Dude, okay, so radiation sickness is nothing to fuck around with. Like
not.
people, like just accidents in labs before scientists have looked up and have looked at their auditorium of like 30 to 40 people and they just go, get out.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. You guys are already fucked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's,
You're dying.
it's that fast. Like,
And so then a soup of that washes into China.
oh my God.
I've had radiation therapy. It's messed up. It's messed up.
The creep is what a horrible name.
Yeah, it
to
sounds
call that,
bad.
too. It's like the hex in Fern Gully.
I'll tell you right now.
call.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
reference.
that is good. The gloop lot.
Creep has been spreading from Bohai Bay for the past 100 years, and last reports from the Red Blue Corp is that it's gotten as far as Bucharest, Romania.
Jesus Christ, that's the
Not
capital.
Not Bucharest.
All the way to Bucharest.
Damn it.
We got that report last month.
Oh, the Bucharest is gone.
Probably. I mean, I don't know how fast it moves.
If you're in Bucharest, just reach out to @FortFritz on Twitter.
Or tweet twat.
Tweet.
Sploober.
Sploobie, bruh.
Splooed me one time.
Some theorize that the creep is a sentient soup made of the millions of creatures it's consumed.
The millions of teenagers who have just fucking whacked one off into a sink.
Into the ocean. What?
Coming home to roost,
says-
baby.
My God.
Becoming one.
It's as not special as that.
This one giant rage splooge monster. Just,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No wonder
thank
it's
you.
so aggressive.
Yep.
I was not meant to be.
Oh, why am I laughing?
Seeking only to expand and add.
Right back in.
You know, what are you going to do?
pro.
Just go right in.
Yep.
Seeking only to expand and add to the colony. Similar to the way a fungal network communicates with itself and its satellite spores. We've sent some Angelas out as close to ground zero as possible, and none have returned.
Oh my god.
Damn.
You just sacrifice the Angelas like that? You send them out?
They got plenty.
Yeah, probably too many.
Science. Creep contributed to most of the resulting population loss across Africa, Asia, and Europe. In addition to all farmable land disappearing, the mass migration of refugees moving west to escape the creep caused a terrible loss of life to those not prepared to make the journey. Many chose to stay and accept their fate. All accounts confirm that within minutes of exposure, the creep spore can generate millions of fungal threads or latches in the body that spread rapidly through organic material, turning the host into network of rope-like tubes emitting their own spores and ground spread.
So it's kind of like Last of Us. One of the best video games ever made.
Really?
Okay.
It's a PlayStation. Oh, well.
Yep.
Creep hosts are always seen moving slowly back toward the line of creep, as if compelled by some unknown command to reconvene with the hive.
Jesus.
It's like zombies.
Yeah.
But like controlled, like with a hive mind.
And as if that shit wasn't terrible enough,
Because it's awful.
as the polar ice sheets continued to disappear, a large amount of CO2 that was trapped in that ice was released, exacerbating the situation.
Oh.
Weather events continued to grow in intensity, and it seemed as if the engines of our destruction, the factories, the nuclear facilities, the cattle ranges, etc., were all being targeted by these events. The central and southwestern United States, as you know them, are completely devoid of life.
Wow.
It'd be like a gas pocket almost.
Sure, I'm just
Like
reading.
methane.
Rising temperatures caused the first 200-degree summer back in 2120. 200-degree summer.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
That's a scorcher.
We were close this summer. I think we got close. I think we
Pretty
edged to
close.
that, like 180s or 170 or something.
Yeah, but like still like 95 degrees away from 200.
I like that. About that.
A few years, it dipped back down into the mid-150s. Yay.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
But-
Chilly.
But our ecological...
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Pop a hoodie on. Go for a
I saw a
jog.
dude wearing a hoodie the other day walking down the street. I'm like, are you trying to kill yourself?
Or just had drugs.
Both.
Yeah. But our last ecological reports show that there are nearly 15 years of consecutive 200-degree summers, causing most of the animals and plants in the arid regions to go extinct.
Oh.
Little desert foxes.
I know. They're so
No,
cute.
they actually they did fine. Yeah, they love their desert
Yeah.
fox. They like the heat. They're good.
We'll see.
F5 tornadoes, which Twister tells us are the worst.
Bill
F-
Paxton.
Bill
Rest in power.
Paxton.
It's 2218. He's probably not still alive.
That movie that took the whole idea of the black trucks being the bad guys to the nth level. Just here's a whole squad of black truck bad guys.
Can I be honest though? Like, okay, so B0, B1, like F0 just sounds bad. So you can say F5.
F-Zero is a
like,
good
that's
video game.
really bad.
F-Zero.
That was that spaceship.
That
racing
was
game.
F-Zero. Yeah, that was.
Points.
Points.
F5 tornadoes became a daily occurrence all throughout the Kansas, Oklahoma, and Midwest portions of North America.
Daily.
That sounds
here
bad.
comes the F5.
That sounds bad.
Many evacuated, many more died. Florida is now completely submerged in the acidic toxic soup that was the Atlantic Ocean.
Thanks, Rick Scott.
Totally his fault.
It was Bill Nelson's fault for 30 years.
I'm telling you it was. Obviously, along with Florida, your precious fort, was also submerged.
I was indifferent.
And perfectly preserved and turned into the fully functional underwater research facility that you currently find yourselves in.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
All right.
neat.
Well, so we're in the fort.
Okay,
Back in the
cool.
fort.
Once
So this
again,
is-
another room we haven't seen. Shocker. Cool.
The
It's weird.
time lab.
Wait, that means there's gravy water somewhere.
Well, like,
Settle down.
Future gravy water.
Chill.
Restrepo Bay is getting bigger and bigger, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, Folly Jones must be loving this.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was Folly Jones. He loves it.
she was so matter of fact about that.
So,
It
You should see him.
so,
just sounds like I don't want to see him now.
okay.
Oh, you're gonna.
So falling junks is
And
real.
floating around in the acid suit.
So I guess that was a long way of saying you can't really go outside unless we do a bunch of stuff to prepare you because it's nothing but toxic, horrifying death ocean outside of these walls.
Oh.
Okay, well, that sounds great.
It
It's
sounds awesome.
The majority of the population still lives above ground, choosing to play the game with Red Blue Corporation instead facing this nightmare world on their own. Those of us with the means and the desire to do more than just feed our bodies to a corporation have found our way into a variety of subterranean communities. We're mostly isolated from each other, but occasionally one of the bedrock groups will hack into a Red Blue Mnet port and send us something through the comms Angela. She's the only one hooked into Mnet, so we have to keep her blindfolded and earplugged, but we didn't have the heart to cover her mouth too, so she just sits there being a sassy boots.
Sassy boots.
She's definitely, she looks pretty sassy over there. She's blindfolded, but she's definitely,
Yeah, she's really rocking the blindfold in a very sassy way.
So you're saying we can't leave? We have to be in here forever, or until we die, and then we have to watch the weird tank versions of us continue to live on after us?
Yeah, that kind of creeps me out.
Can I get in the tank? Can I battle my version of me from the tank?
I want to watch that. I want to play bets on the old Kaz. Bets on old
Right?
Kaz.
I feel like I'm a little bit more wily. He's been in the tank too long.
Oh,
He's
you never know.
grown
That,
soft.
the tank makes you strong.
Tank juice.
Tank
Living
juice.
off that tank juice.
It sounds like we at least can't leave the immediate vicinity, right? Like,
I'm just gonna say the time frame, it's indefinitely.
okay.
So do we need to leave the time? Can we leave this time? Can we go back to the old time? Can we go back to
Is it possible?
early time before the world gets destroyed and is living in a toxic sludge? Well, it's totally living in a toxic sludge, but like not a huge toxic sludge that we can't
Back
get
to
away
a
from.
more manageable amount
Yeah.
of toxic sludge.
Yeah,
that we
just
can-
enough toxic sludge. Can we get
Scott.
back? Can we go back? I want to go back. Can we get back in time?
There's a lot of gray area here.
Okay. Well,
I hate gray
hey,
area.
we thrive in gray area,
This is-
right? That's
okay,
where we
yeah.
that's where we do our best work.
You turned me around.
And I think that we put our heads together like we've done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
We can figure something out. I believe in us.
So is this when
four
we
of us.
usually like we take a break and then we just
I think
play
it is. It's
music,
like we did
and
the
then
thing.
it comes back in and we have a whole new idea and everything's
And,
changed.
right. I think that's about where we're at.
All right. Well, let's totally do that. Let's take a break. You're listening to Fort Fritz. Hi, welcome back to Fort Fritz. I am Man Daddy. Right over there is Fritz.
Hi.
Over there is Angela.
Hello.
Over there is Kaz.
Yep.
Over there, for some reason, is Robot Angela.
Yeah, whatever.
And
Why is it? It's so mad at you.
I know, it's just mad all the
It's
time.
surly, but it's not hitting the right note of surly.
funny
I don't know,
though, right?
something about it.
Seems
It's
like
not
Angela to me.
programmed
It seems
correctly.
I mean, it
It's not
seems
programmed
exactly like
correctly.
Angela to me.
You don't have any idea what my nuances are, do you?
All I hear is bam, bam, bam.
Wow.
But
That wasn't even the robot. Christ. All right.
evidently I could be a dick in the future.
Holy
Immediately after
shit.
this episode, let's have a little power.
A sensitivity training meeting.
Christ.
So here we are. We are We are stuck in the year 2218. Evidently, the fort is completely underwater because the entire world is covered in a toxic sludge because of our horrible decisions as human beings, and there are giant versions of us floating in water. And I'm looking at bubbling tank Man Daddy, and
It's
I'm
all right, come
I'm a little
on.
pissed at him. Little pissed.
I know, you're
Little
bone up.
pissed.
Stop.
Come on, buddy. Yeah, what? Well, how do you think that's supposed to be? At what time was that the plan? You had one job, dude. Yeah, okay, see, now you understand. Yeah. Hey. Okay, sure. Okay, you had to bring that up, didn't you? Think about what you're saying right now. Okay, that's what I thought. See, these guys in these tanks, they think they know what's going on, and we need to utilize whatever they got going on so we can get out of here and get back to our own, year. Halloween's coming up and shit, and I'm not staying underwater in 2218 hanging out with me in a tank.
What is it about your tank doppelganger? I guess, what is this? It's not liquid. I'm comparing it just on a visual basis.
Hue than the other
based
one.
on the other three.
It's a little more golden.
Has a very familiar smell.
Well, there's only one way I can think to figure this out. I mean, yeah, he's right. I mean, it's using science. It's using a little bit of finesse. And probably the best way is headbutt!
What?
Yeah, one more. Headbutt!
You're still just denting. This is bulletproof.
One more, all the way back and to the headbutt. There it is.
Jesus
there
Christ,
it's
he actually cracked it
Some
open.
cracked. Is it me or the tube?
Something's
Is it me or the
leaking.
tube?
It's more golden than blood.
Okay, wait. Hold
There's
on.
blood mixed in, though.
Hold on. That looks very, very, very familiar to me. Hold on. Let me just take a little finger swipe and...
You're killing the thing.
Okay, wait a minute. This is Natty Light. This is Natty Light. Is this
Smells
Natty
like it.
Light?
It
Is this
smells like-
Natty Light bubbling
Yeah.
tank
I knew it.
man daddy? Is this
I knew it.
Natty Light? Looks and tastes like Natty Light.
Very sing-songy.
Singing.
Okay. Oh, okay. So no. Oh, okay. So what is it? What the hell is it then? What? That's completely theoretical. That
He's
doesn't.
smacking his thighs now, though. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's
We've been working on this technology in our time for years. You're saying that you've actually started Natty Dark Matter?
keep smacking his thighs. Look at him.
Wow.
He seems kind of excited by it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very.
But how did you make it? We've been working on synthesizing Natty Dark Matter forever. How did you make Natty Dark Matter? Okay. And you add 2 of those? And you mix it.
No, oh my God, I'm so
And
sorry for your loss.
that's a lot of fox blood and meteorites.
Aw.
So there's a lot of fox blood and meteorites here in the future? Oh, because all the foxes love it in the desert. Oh, see, okay. Okay, that totally makes sense now.
Wow.
That totally makes
You're
sense.
resilient.
I
Yeah,
hate
you're right.
I hate to be that guy, but what?
I think everyone is that guy right about now.
Absolutely.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
Okay, so you're using... Okay, look, don't interrupt me. Now, so you're using fox blood and you're
Makes
using meteorites, right? Okay, but why don't you just use what most Natty Light is made of, which is just basically water? Oh my God. Are you serious?
He's so
What year did that
confident.
happen?
He's scratching his.
Wait, was that it? Wait, is early
That was more
May?
confident.
Early May or late May?
Now he's less confident.
Okay, but let's say you're telling me when it comes to water, there's none. There's no water. But so we're just surrounded in a toxic sludge. We're not even under the ocean or anything. We're just under sludge. But if there's no water, what does that mean for mankind? I mean, how did it happen? They can't understand what you're saying. Just give me a quick rundown. I'll translate.
That's fast.
Oh, this is bad. Mo!
Whoa.
That's it. Oh, that explains
okay.
it. That explains it.
That's much.
Okay.
That's amazing. So you do know English.
No, not at all. Just the word forever is the same in every language.
So now you know his language.
He's been able to communicate with him the entire time. Yeah, he's about to regale us with the tale.
I didn't catch
what
a
was it?
syllable of that.
What was what did he say? He
Well,
was
it's just
going on for a while.
okay. Well, first of all, we're losing way too much of this dark natty.
Well, yeah, dude,
so I'm just
he's drying
gonna
out.
got some gum, got a little gum, a little putty. Just gonna put that in there, screw that in there. There you go, all plugged up.
That'll
So I'm
hold for like
definitely
5
I'm
minutes.
definitely getting down with some of that later. I don't even know fox blood meteorites. Hook me up. But basically, we should all worry about the future of the future that we're in now from where we're from, because he just told me about the story of the water wars of 2218.
Okay. Well, that
Shit.
does not sound good.
Red Blue Corp seized lands around several key aquifers around the world. Creep spread seems to occur more readily through freshwater, as well as through the living host who requires fresh water to survive. Access to fresh waterways were immediately seized by Red Blue Corp, and deep concrete moats were constructed as a way to slow the creep spread through the groundwater into remaining Clean 7, the name given to our final remaining drinkable water sources.
So Red Blue is controlling all of this creep advancement.
It seems like they maybe
Trying to staunch it.
Maybe they staunched it, but I don't know. With most
Trying.
things with government, they usually start it and then say, "Oh, look what we stopped." And so
Right.
I don't know about this.
I don't like it.
Now, all of the final drinking water sources were controlled by Red Blue. But wait, if one corporation controls all the water, why are there wars over
Was
it?
there one?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
If they got it all, why have a war? Just they got it, they
Yeah.
win. You know, they're just basically like, I don't know, Nestle.
Doesn't make any sense.
If you haven't noticed yet, which you may very well not have, my future accent got pretty thick over the last 75 or so years. Actually, it works perfect. That's the accent in 75 years.
Nice.
That's
Yeah, I
just
like
an
it.
accent.
It's
It
a
works
future
perfectly.
accent.
Yeah. That's why you guys can't understand him and I can. You know, man daddy speak is the same throughout time.
Interesting. Oh my
And so
God.
that's why you can't. It's just evolved. We've just evolved a
You
little bit.
may fuck me in the ass. I could have sworn he wasn't saying
Why do you
anything
keep asking
intelligible.
Even in the future. Red Blue is actually two words, red and blue, representing the competing branches of the same company before the great merger, which Bubbling Tank Kaz will tell you about shortly. Yeah, you will. Two giant conglomerates that controlled everything from the military-industrial complex to food production to media and entertainment. Split the world into two hemispheres of influence.
Jesus.
Everyone that lived in society was somehow feeding into the global corporate war being waged between these entities. Actual violence and war began to become a regular occurrence on the borders of these hemispheres. And finally, it became apparent that too many resources were being wasted in trying to conceal the secret influence that each company held. In what was known as the Unmasking in 2098, Reading Forshire, Global Investment Clan, and the Blushinama Protectorate began a 4-day conflict in the heart of Tokyo that started as a political rally for Japan's upcoming election. High-level corporate executives from both companies made appearances as a show of strength to bolster their candidates' Facebook likes. Wow, even in the future, Facebook still takes control of everything.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Makes sense, though.
Facebook sucks.
Pretty much.
I mean, big shout out to our Facebook fans.
Thanks for being there.
Drop us some likes on there if you want to.
Yep.
Cockroach of social media.
Well,
All right, bot.
The programming's getting better. It's
No, I
learning.
don't-
It's adaptive AI.
I don't like it.
It's learning!
I don't like it.
The increases in bigwigs meant an increase in security, and the detail that Reading Forshire and Blushinama brought that day was said to have been sufficient for the defense of several small countries.
See, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
They brought it. They brought it.
Jesus Christ.
Inevitably, there was violence.
You think?
Of course.
Yep.
The unmasking occurred when the United States military dispatched a veritable invasion force at Japan. While normal media rhetoric would have tried to paint this as the defense of its citizens, a viral video of Reading Forshire CIO Aaron Shrimpner standing on top of a pile of rubble, screaming into his phone for somebody to get that turd boomy out of here. Who the fuck is Turd Boomy? Is it a Turd Boomy or is his name Turd Boomy?
I think
I could see that being like a SoundCloud rapper.
Turd Boomy?
Turd Boomy, yo, coming at you, Turd Boomy. And there'd be like 18 X's and a 0 with an umlaut for some reason that you don't pronounce.
Instead of mumble rap, he's like,
Just not complete
That sounds
nonsense.
exactly like half the shit I hear on SoundCloud.
That's pretty good,
That's
honestly.
right on it. Fire.
What?
Cardi B wants to guest on a
Oh,
track
God,
with you.
she's
Sorry.
ready.
I don't like her. Scares me. Cardi B, I mean no disrespect. Please don't kill me. I'm afraid of you.
That's
Please
respect,
don't.
though. It's a
She
fe-
would
it's a
throw
res-
you,
it's a
she would
fear
throw
of
you
respect.
around the
Fear.
room like
Sure.
a rag doll.
Respect fear.
Subsequent investigation revealed that he was, in fact, summoning the commander-in-chief of the military, the American president, Spud Boomy. Hey, I got through that. The speed of the U.S.'s response all but confirmed the shadowy influence, and the cat was out of the bag at that point. Tokyo and the Pacific Front remained hotbeds of violence for many years, but attacks on key strategic points were common. After the Great Merger, it was thought that the resulting mega conglomerate would be the savior of this planet. With the entire world's resources and no political restrictions, the governing body of this superpower would be able to transform the world into a utopia. Instead, they started Monday Night Wars.
Sounds like a very arbitrary
idea.
night.
I would totally watch that, though. I mean, Monday Night Wars. I mean, because I loved BattleBots, so I'm sure it's going to be kind of the same thing. You know.
I mean, if it competes with Monday Night Raw, then coming out.
Dude, just tape
It's
it.
even rawer, though.
Seeing the need for humans to be in conflict and competition, the newly formed Red Blue Corporation announced that it would be holding the first ever World War tryouts, where citizens could register online, pick a team, guess which colors are the options. Guess which colors are the options.
Wait, hold on. There's got to be a purple.
Like a
Puce,
magenta?
no, Puce and Vermilion. Puce and Vermilion.
That's it?
Yeah, that was it. Puce and, no, just Puce and Vermilion.
Puce.
And Vermilion. We open for them. And receive free transportation to the tryout facility. And if picked up by your region's war coach, a free Mnet helmet, free
Those are
water-based.
nice, though.
They are nice. They are really nice.
Yeah.
Free water-based mealworm sugar slurry to keep you hydrated and full of nutrition. A free set of armor,
Jesus Christ.
a free gun,
Wow.
and free transportation to the nearest war plaza for assignment.
I don't know how much that costs.
A lot. But hey, we've
like an
always
ambulance
got
ride?
we've always got money for war, right? We've always got
Will
money
they
for
give you
war.
a gun at the end?
$700? Yeah.
Monday Night Wars was the number one most watched thing on Sploober for its entire run until the decreasing water tables and Bohai Bay / creep incident made it apparent that in order for the executives to continue to survive in this world, they were going to have to redirect their efforts on water conservation.
That is amazing that a media company decided they needed to immediately go into environmental assistance.
To survive.
Wow.
Just to survive.
Right?
That makes
Not
sense.
Hey,
because,
hats off.
yeah, but
Well,
they're
hats off to them.
thinking about their own survival, I'm
Right.
pretty sure. It's
I
just
mean-
about them surviving, not
I mean,
us.
still though, right?
I think at this point, like every company should probably go
Right?
to the environmental. Anyway,
Containment zones work to slow the creep spread, but ultimately, most major urban areas and war plazas in the Eastern Hemisphere were quickly made inaccessible. Red Blue scientists identified a final 7 aquifers that are cut off from creep spread for the time being, and large enough to sustain the dwindled population of this Earth for a few more years. The Bohai migration destroyed a large amount of global networking infrastructure, so Red Blue scientists were forced to develop the mental net. Yes, I know neural net rolls off the tongue easier.
Right.
They're an evil corporation, not writers. A global Wi-Fi network that connects anyone wearing one of their special helmets. The catch is, once you put it on, you can't take it off. A uniquely shaped port is surgically stamped into the neck of Red Blue recruits.
How does the helmet?
Just you put it on your head, it goes right in your brain, buddy. The helmet's Mnet connections, as well as the feeding port, are plugged into the living bodies of new soldiers before sending them to one of the waterfronts. The Army, that leads in control of the Clean 7 waterfronts, have their water-based mealworm sugar slurry enhanced with slightly more fresh water. A sploob from one recruit reads, "What does more water feel like? It feels like being a human again. I'll fight for that."
wow.
That's a hell of a line.
Depressing.
It's horribly depressing, but
No,
I
it's not
totally
depressing
watched that
at
on
all.
cable.
Monday
Yeah,
Night
right?
Wars, a
Thank
bunch
you.
of
Watch that kid.
dehydrated, like fucking weird slave people, like shooting each other.
Yeah, but I mean, sounds like horrible, but good watching.
Wouldn't you fight
It'd
for
be
that
good
reality,
watching.
though, Kaz?
I mean, if I got a little bit more water, maybe.
Thank you.
There
If I
is
was a
water and
little more-
beer.
Well, is that actual beer, or did we land on that? How are you feeling after drinking what, Foxblood and meteorites?
It's,
Is it gritty?
It's got a little bit of chew to it. But I mean, I'm used to that with gravy water.
That's true.
It's more like
Like a bite to my liquids.
yeah,
Whoa,
it's
whoa,
like,
whoa,
it's like
whoa.
the fatty area of a steak.
We are getting a power. Okay, yeah, power warp down on one side of the studio. Kaz, Angela, Mandaddy.
Go ahead.
What are you guys saying?
Whoa,
It looks like half of the studio's out of power.
that's not good when you're underneath a sludge slurry of
It
hell.
doesn't seem like it.
What is that from? from? Why did that happen?
You should know this is in your area. Didn't you get us here?
Yeah, no damn thing.
What?
Perfect. Yeah, no.
The time machine that brought you here experienced a weird power surge that must have jolted and accidentally warped you here in my year.
It's like a super
Man, I'd
half-ass.
really like to get you out of here.
So, like, wait, like 21st century power surges?
It
Like,
happens when you're under a huge sludge of toxic waste.
Wow.
What do you
So
expect?
aggressive. This is
Not
just-
exactly ideal
Very
conditions.
She's learning.
that is not fun to think about.
You're in it.
So
You're
what
talking
could have
about
caused the
people.
most power?
We need more power.
What
And there's
could have
only
caused
one way we're gonna get more power. Red, blue.
Oh shit!
Gotta go to red,
we
blue.
gotta get it. We gotta get out of
All right.
Yeah.
the source.
Like OUC, but even worse.
Oh god,
So,
Duke.
what do you mean?
Oh, they're not that bad.
That's good.
Well, we gotta go to red, blue either way because they must have botched some repair or something. Accidentally electrified half of the ocean for a little bit. Probably killed all the already dead fish or some shit like that. So,
Well, I mean,
if
I'll be
you want to get
honest.
that power, you gotta go to red, blue. I'm sorry.
I'll be honest. I don't really care about the electrocution of the ocean. I think, though, I
You
can
wouldn't.
get us back on grid. Okay,
Oh, how?
just give me a couple seconds. Okay, you were listening to Fort Fritz.
Oh man, he's so focused right now.
He doesn't know a damn thing.
What's the opposite of neutron?
Proton.
You guys are gonna die.
Electron.
Welcome back to Fort Fritz, episode 57. I am your host, Mumbling Dick Fritz. Always joined by Mumbling Dick Mandeli, Mumbling Dick Angela.
Hello.
I think we got a Mumbling Dick Kaz, and
This is Bubbling Tank Cat.
we got Mad Daddy,
Hey, what's up?
also Kaz,
Yep. Also here.
and we got a Robo Angela.
Hi.
That was Robo Angela,
What do you think, idiot?
and we got Angela.
Hello.
That was a hell of an introduction, dude. Well done. I mean, he's got practice, right? Assuming he's the actual Fritz in the future.
So many things to think about. The world of the future. One thinks about the many dilemmas in life, such as trying to wake up in the morning or trying to get the kids out of that front door.
Trying to like Casey
We
Kasem.
often wonder, hey,
Doors. There's
sometimes. All right, how many Angelas are around me right now? I'll tell you.
I'd say
Seems
so,
like
20 to
there's
30.
15.
20 to 30, actually. There's a lot of them.
Seems like less.
That's how math works.
Seems like less than that.
Fritz, why are you so quiet over there? What's going on? You're just listening to this, this bubbling tank guy just fucking
Yeah.
run roughshod
How do
over
you
the
feel
show?
about this naked guy with the sock?
It seems like you would,
I'm just eating Smart Balance popcorn.
where'd you get that?
How the hell did you
Is that white cheddar?
Yes, white
Where'd you
cheddar.
go? White cheddar smart balance
Yes.
popcorn.
Sorry, would you guys like some?
Glad this is still around.
Where did you smuggle that in? Where did you smuggle that in?
Well, we have a vending machine,
Oh, okay. That's way more sanitary than where I was going.
but also I bought this, so I mean I had this at my desk.
Have you been just
You guys
keeping
are
it through the
You have a
different dimensions?
desk in the future? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's some fucking planning, dude. I mean, I know you had plans, but that's some planning.
That's a good idea. Focus.
You,
Focus. What are you
What? Really
Come back.
around.
you guys
You
are
just-
hearing that?
It got squirrely.
hearing? What? No, we
No.
heard the bubbling tank Fritz just completely shit all over this.
What?
No, you guys can't. Okay, maybe I'm catching something that's off. Barry, producer, is it? No, he's giving me the no.
You have
signal.
a producer
Let's
named
sta-
Barry?
All right.
Dude, whoa.
Okay, look. I don't know what's going on, but I am hearing something. Is no one else hearing that?
No?
No.
No.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Well,
Constant buzz thing, but
Okay.
that's normal in my
no,
head.
I mean that's fine. One thing you can rely on when you're visiting downtown San Diego.
Hey there. I'm picking up a weird radio burst frequency here.
What do you say there, Lab Angela?
You can tell because she's wearing a white coat.
She's got a lab coat on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, she
definitely
looks
Lab
really
Angela.
good.
Let me put my lab coat on and my other lab coat on.
2 lab coats.
That's
And,
very lab.
Serious
That's
business.
intensely lab.
Put
She
my hands in
looks-
my pockets and decipher this.
She's
It's gonna
basically a
take
walking
some time.
Erlen fire flask at this point.
One more lab coat. Just
Oh my God,
That's a lot of lab coats.
Three lab coat
she
problem.
looks well padded though.
It's also very cold in here.
She's doing one
It's
And
gonna take some
Cold.
time. It's gonna take some
Okay.
time.
Okay,
All right.
she's
Even in the future, guys won't turn up the thermostat.
We've definitely wasted a lot of time kind of chuffing around, and we've got a central kind of point to make,
all right.
What's that?
and that is we need to get you back to your time.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
But
Right.
how?
Way to go, Captain Obvious.
All right,
You're
Ribo.
so sassy.
She's not coming with us.
It's,
Right.
The sass is so blunt. There's no,
know,
there's no
but-
actual edge to it. It's
I know,
just
I
very like
Very
I just dig her
one-dimensional.
for some reason. I don't
it's
know
a
why.
it's a bland experience.
I do too. Although reductive, effective, also effective.
Fuck.
I heard you wanted to take on Red Blue Corporation, the 4 of you.
Yeah, hell
Yep,
yeah.
absolutely.
Untainted little soft people that you think you can take on this corporation. Do you not understand?
You get harder in the tank?
Oh, I'm encased with hardness.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's like making sausage.
Is that your new mixtape? Is that the title of your new mixtape?
Encased in hardness.
Tank
bu-
cars.
and bubbles.
Bubbling tank cars. Encased in hardness.
Hard-boiled Kaz. Really.
Both,
Nice.
yeah.
Do you not understand that they have everything? They have
Yeah.
this world. They have the water. They even have space.
Ooh.
They've
How do they
taken-
have space?
They've taken space.
Oh my god, did they make the Space Force?
That already happened. It happened and went away. It was like a real quick thing.
Oh, yeah.
Space Horse was the thing
It
that
was
I.
like 6 months, and then the Space Force like disbanded. They
Are you
like
kidding me?
they mutinized, and then they just went off to like a different part of space.
Like, hey, we got this. Screw you
They're out
guys.
there somewhere.
What are you gonna do? Chase us in your non-space vehicles?
Exactly. You gave a bunch
You
of
gave
dudes
us the space vehicles, we got all of
the
them.
Space Force.
Peace.
So this was not done with actual space horses, then.
No space horses were harmed in the
Space horse?
I want to see a space
A space horse would be cool as shit, actually.
I'm imagining a space horse.
Well, I feel like it would just be like a spaceship shaped like a horse that you kind of sat on and like rode.
But it was more horsey.
But you
Like,
want
a
legs.
Pegasus.
Right.
yeah, like space
Does
wings.
it gallop or does it just leave its feet stationary?
flies.
and
It has to move its feet.
A little bit. At least it just dangles them.
Right,
They're just dangling
not as
worthlessly.
fast as it's
not
moved,
even
like-
in rhythm.
Right.
You know, they're just kind of just flop in there.
Jelly. It's like a
Because it's not-
jellyfish.
Well, no, but they're not actually touching any matter.
You
They're
might
just
as well
dangle,
just
dude.
ride a jellyfish.
Yeah, it's a jelly horse.
Space jelly.
jellyfish is pretty cool too. Okay. Well, anyway,
But
regardless.
this horse is not as fast nor quicker than actual jellyfish. So at the end of 10 minutes, you just go, "Yeah, I'm going to take a cab."
Yeah, I gotta
I
walk.
would take a space cab.
Space Uber.
Space.
A spoober.
Oh my god, they branded everything.
You just wrote
See,
it.
this is why you guys don't get anything done. You get off track and you start chuckling about shit, and you don't realize that space has been acquired. Space has been commodified. Space has been taken, and it's not available to you anymore.
How do you own space?
They own. Good question, Angela. They own the only means to get to space. Do you guys ever hear about the space elevator? That's not even, don't trill that because that's not even the thing.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I want a long story about the space elevator.
It will. We'll get into it. But the
Okay,
space
cool.
elevator is basically how they have secured their unfettered rights and access to space. Clearly, you guys have never heard of the acquisition of the universe.
Is that a Black Sabbath album? Because it really should be.
By your time, the world was already well versed in greed and corruption. For small increases to their own wealth, people in power have and will doom millions of their fellow humans to lives of misery and toil. Reddingfordshire's involvement on the global stage can't exactly be traced, as it seems to be an entity, not of a shared bloodline of a CEO or a venerated old corporate archon, but one of pure capitalism. Corporate takeovers, acquisitions, and buyouts slowly built a machine that spanned every industry imaginable. If you were reading, watching, eating, buying, or even snorting something, it passed through Reddingfordshire's inspection and
Even
taxation.
snorting?
They got you.
What?
Damn, man.
Whatever you were
That
snorting.
was the one way to stick it to the man, is just to snort everything.
something. You were like, you know what?
Yeah,
This
meals.
ain't no tax on this.
Yeah.
They controlled the military R&D, and by doing so always had the most advanced weaponry or the security forces. These forces became dispatched on various tactical investment opportunities around the globe, and this action could be said to have started the eventual Red Blue Corp world domination.
Jesus
I hate
Christ.
those bastards already.
Private military operations blur the line between war and crime, as if such a thing ever existed,
Kind of the same thing.
and thus drew the attention of the modern world. As these TOs, tactical investment opportunities, became more and more elaborate and more violent, it became clear that in addition to the run-of-the-mill boring old wars that we've been used to, a cool shadow war was being waged between very well-funded opponents.
Sweet.
The domination of Renfrewshire influence in the West made them blind to a growing opposition in the East. With the integration of the underworld and political corporate influence in Japan, a different sort of power was being created, one that required no velvet glove to conceal its iron fists. Underworld crimes in Asia and Russia seemed to cool in the early 2050s, but within 5 years it was revealed that the construction of the World's Bridge, a concrete superhighway that was going to connect Beijing to Pyongyang to Tokyo, was actually the work of a conglomerate of Japanese, Korean, and Chinese criminal organizations.
That's a long bridge, too.
Wow.
Right? Scary. I wouldn't. Who'd do that? The corresponding governments seemed to take no measures to hide the backing coordination of this tremendous effort by what Western media was calling mafia-style gangs. The Yakuza have been integral parts of city planning and management for many years in Japan, much to the boon of its citizens. In March of 2011, an earthquake in Japan prompted the immediate funneling of food aid and supplies from Yakuza storehouses even before the Japanese government could officially respond. With no need for a veil to hide its scarier side, the Japanese, Korean, and Chinese underworld corporation created a vast network of influence that began to seep into Russia and the African nations.
Triad.
Which year was this?
This is currently, but in 2011 there was an earthquake during your time. You guys must have seen that in Japan. That the
Yes,
very
we did.
That
Tank
was the
Kaz.
one that. Yeah, that was the one that. fucked
Fukushima.
up. Yep.
And
It was bad.
the first responders were Yakuza, quote-unquote, gangsters that were showing up with flatbed trucks full of food, aid, transporting.
Navy.
No, they're just hoping to
Hashtag
get
Cajun
nuclear
Navy.
powers. They're just hoping to get like superpower. That's the only
Maybe
reason.
that's
they
what
You don't know
we're
that.
trying to create a bunch of Spider-Man.
Prove it.
Spider-Man.
Bob Spiderman.
It's a Jon Stewart, isn't it? As Renfrewshire's TO operations began to affect the East's operation, the need for a unified board with a central figurehead to deal with these problems became clear. In a ceremony conducted at sea, Takanori Blushinama had his left pinky finger severed, one knuckle bone at a time, by the bosses of the other two gangs.
Damn.
With that grisly ritual complete, a new superpower was born.
Grizzly.
It's a grisly ritual, man.
Yep.
Gross.
Russian operatives quickly took note of the growing power their neighbors to the south were gathering, and after a few unsuccessful assassination attempts, the leader of the KGB, Vladimir Spankarov,
What?
Wow.
decided to request
One more time.
Vladimir Spankarov decided to request entry onto the governing board of the Blushima Investment Protectorate. With the combined might of Russia, Blushima grew to control every aspect of Asian life. Hospitals, prison, defense budgets, indeed anything you can think of had a specific Blushinama boss responding with corresponding team members to make sure everything was going smoothly.
Ugh.
This dynamic played out until the unmasking, as described by BTMD, Bubbling Tank Man Daddy.
Boom.
After those events, a series of brutal wars broke out and continued to rage until the Bohai Bay incident, which triggered an even more erratic weather patterns. The loss of life and property due to the climate change precipitated a thought in some of the execs at Renfrewshire and at Blushinama. If they could build a brief truce, then perhaps these problems could be tackled together. The peace talks led to warming of relations and eventually the Great Merger.
Well, that doesn't look.
With no one left to fight, the security forces and TO units grew restless, and infighting and insubordination was common. The execs feared mutiny or worse, so they set the security forces to the task of creating the vast stadiums or war plazas where crowds could come to watch soldiers use live ammunition in a war for points on a scoreboard.
Wow.
With the military arm relatively steady, the Red-Blue execs set their eyes on the stars. The construction and operation of the space elevator was a marvel of industry. Hundreds of feet a day it climbed. Aided by drone builders and the failed Red-Blue Army recruits, reports from the area described it as an unearthly large bamboo tree growing
Jesus
ceaselessly up and throwing off a cacophonous grinding noise as it climbed.
So
That
this,
seems
Wow.
way horrible.
this is just like constantly getting bigger and bigger every day.
Seems not dangerous at all. It
No.
seems structurally that just seems like a horrible idea to have something just going straight up.
Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
A mixtape going on.
How long?
While no one other than the execs of Red Blue Corporation have been on the elevator, it is said that they've used their vast resources and slave labor to achieve a veritable interplanetary society between the solid moons and planets that surround our sun. While this is uncorroborated, there have been reports of strange glowing rocks and even artifacts being seen descending the elevator late at night. While such a marvel makes the reaches of space closer than ever, it is bittersweet to realize that we live in a world where no one can hope to duplicate or recreate that access to the final frontier. Space and everything beyond is now firmly in the grasp of the Red Blue Corporation.
All right, you've clarified the signal.
Oh.
Time to go.
Oh.
Where is she?
Like clarified better? I don't. What does that mean?
Oh,
Like,
no.
what's the-
Oh, my God.
Signal a little
Look,
bit.
she's got a fucking army.
Oh, she's always had a fucking army.
Time to go.
All right, Angela, which one? There's several. All right, in it.
What me? Right over here,
The
you
one with
little
the 3
asshole.
lab coats on.
I don't know who is. Okay, Angela, just get back
The
by
most
Halloween.
sciencey
Get
of
back
all the
by Halloween.
Angelas. Please step forward.
All right.
Get back
All right.
by Halloween.
Which one said that? Anyway,
They all
Back
like the
by
same.
Halloween.
Back by, yeah, that's why. Yeah, we should. That sounds like a good idea.
just get back. Okay.
Can we go back by Halloween?
Back
we
by
got,
Halloween.
We gotta get.
Go back by Halloween, you idiots. How simple is it?
What's happening on Halloween?
Halloween.
Halloween's
Halloween's happening on
happening.
Halloween. It happened.
It happens on
Have you noticed that Halloween happens every year
On
right
Halloween?
on Halloween?
Shit.
I know it's never planned that way. It just happens.
It's
messed
numerology,
up.
man. Like, it's fucking
That
it's
ancient
mystical.
shit.
Man, you guys are morons.
13,000 people in a pig pen. I said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me because what all that means
What is he
is
talking
that
about?
people
That sounds like a lot of
I
people.
think he's
in a
got
big pen.
space madness or something. I
They're
don't
gonna-
know.
I've been trying to ignore him. I have
Future
no idea what he's
crazy.
talking about.
look at my back.
Oh, he's gone full
Oh.
kayfabe thing going
Oh,
on.
he's
I
doing the
don't-
bread.
Yeah.
He was talking
Oh,
about
he's
bread.
just
Bends over
flexing.
like
He's got
that.
that. Yeah, he's showing way too much. Way too much.
It's very.
I don't know. Is he okay? He looks
First
like
sign.
Why
Is he going through
breathing like that?
convolutions of things?
Give me my belt.
We don't have a
You
belt.
never had a
here.
belt. You
Yeah,
barely ever wear pants. Like the
Could someone get this guy,
champion's
like
belt?
Why
like
is
some gold-plated thing to wrap around him, something like that. I don't know. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, this is so disturbing.
Just get it out.
Thank you.
He's all
there he goes.
hunched over all
Yeah,
weird.
come on, Prissy. Oh, look at that. Oh, there it is. Oh, God. Whoa, that's got a lot of fur.
Kill me.
Oh, my God. It looks like he's been licking Ron Jeremy's back.
So
Oh,
gross.
my
What is
God.
the purpose of his life? Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, we need to wake up. We need to get out of here right now. Okay.
That sounds more like
Yeah,
like our
that
dude.
sounds
Yeah,
like
this is
All
for
right.
Fritz. Thank you so much for
He's coming back around.
not dying.
That's the
Okay,
plan. Okay.
7
Almost
days.
there.
7 days from now. 7 days from now.
Okay, what's 7 days from now?
Yeah.
The
Don't.
next part of our plan, maybe.
Is that, what are you going to... Okay, now, all right. Okay, well...
Wait, seven.
Why don't you go and close this out?
Okay, we're going to... I guess we need 7 days. We need 7 days to figure out how to get out of the future. We're here in the future. You're listening to us in the past. I don't even know how that works. So thank you so much for listening to Fort Fritz. And just because I really love this guy, to take us out, ladies and gentlemen, Bubble Tank Man Daddy. Speak your words, Bubble Tank Man Daddy. Uh-huh. Right. Oh, yeah. And Splooper too? Bubble Tank Man Daddy, what is our handle on Twitter? Yep.
MCT.
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
All right, then what's our Instagram?
Instagram.
Yeah, that rings. Yeah, that's correct. You have email.
What about if you want to call in?
What's the area code, though?
Mama, what?
He's drying out.
Scratching on the
All the
surfaces
shit's
of
leaking
stupidity.
out of his liquid
Look at him,
tank,
look at him.
and he's done doing the
I
voice.
mean, the guy
All right.
was so beautiful in his time, but now he seems completely broken. And I understand.
Wonderful
I
job,
see
Bubble
my
and Tank
future.
Man Daddy. Thank you for
Oh,
wrapping
man,
us
look
up.
at
him.
You were looking
Oh, he's
well
trying
done.
to take
Well
it back.
done.
Oh, he,
Well done.
He fell out. He's falling out of the
Oh,
tank.
that's not good. Put him back into the elixir of life.
He's like a
Just
clumpy sort of
pour some
dolphin.
malt liquor on him. He'll be fine. It's like a whale. You just
There you
have to
go.
keep him
Yeah,
covered.
yeah.
It's just a blanket. It's covered in.
Yeah, just covered in malt liquor. He'll be fine.
he's having a good time.
He's loving it.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to Fort Fritz.
Yep.